Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to my channel. I'm just saying though. Today, I wanted to talk about sometimes we forget. And I always feel like I need to explain things, and that's the whole point of everything. I'm here to help and help people understand or try to explain what a person that is in a toxic or narcissistic or an abusive relationship, what they may be going through. And if you know someone that is going through this, show them these videos, because sometimes talking to them is not enough, because they always believe, or not always, sometimes they believe you're just over exaggerating. But anyway, back to what I was talking about is sometimes we forget, or they forget. And I'm going to give you an example. You ever meet a person, or you've been around a person, and they'll be like, they'll decide, they'll tell you that somebody, they cursed them out again, or they embarrassed them. They're like, oh my God, he just embarrassed me in front of everybody. And you're like, he did that again? And they look at you like, what do you mean they did it again? And it's because the person that is complaining to you about something that their spouse or their partner has done to them, when they're complaining to you, they don't even remember the last time that they complained about this person doing something to them. But you remember, because they told you and it didn't happen to you. And I know some people think, if it happened to me, I would remember. You don't remember at the moment until it happens again. And that's not, I know it sounds confusing. It's kind of like you go to a club and you're like, oh yeah, I haven't been here in a while. And you get in there and it starts out nice. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah. And they start fighting or shooting. He was like, that's why I said I wasn't going to come here anymore. Something has to trigger your memory to, we're like, oh yeah, I forgot. This is why I don't come here anymore. But when you're in a narcissistic relationship and you have a partner that does something, or your boss or whatever, and they do something, and sometimes something triggers a memory. It's like, oh yeah, this is why I don't trust this person. Oh yeah, they did do this to me before. But sometimes it takes that triggering to remember things. And I know, like, I wouldn't forget if somebody hit me. I wouldn't forget if they pushed me on the ground. And when you're in one of those relationships, your mind sometimes doesn't allow you to remember the bad things. They may start out bad that first day. If someone hits you, or they're being mean, or very, very, very disrespectful, and at that moment you're in shock, and it seems like the worst thing in the world, and it is bad. But as time goes by, as time goes by, if it happens in the morning, by the afternoon, you're still mad, but it wasn't, by the second or the third day, it wasn't even that bad. So your mind tries to make sense of something, especially if you love that person. And so you try to justify that. And so you put it off, and your mind won't remember it because you're still trying to process stuff. That's why anytime you watch a crime drama and they say, let me talk to the person while it's fresh on their mind. And that person needs to remember stuff right then and there, because later on, especially if it happened to them, their mind will not remember all those details because it happened to them. And I know people are listening like, I won't forget something that happened to me. You will. You will, because no one ever remembers all the bad things that happened to them, because your mind cannot hold on to all of that. It's too much. But someone that saw the accident can tell somebody years later everything that they saw, because it didn't happen to them. A witness can say this person did this and then this happened, but the person that it happened to, they were like, oh, I didn't even realize that I was screaming. I didn't realize I had fallen on the floor. I didn't realize that I was fighting back until I saw all the scars, because they're reacting and they're scared and their adrenaline is pumping, and none of that is going to register. But a person that sees the incident, they can remember everything. But when it's happening to you, you're not going to remember. That's why sometimes when your friend tells you, hey, this happened, or hey, my ex, he did this to me, and you're like, he did that again? Oh my God. You're like, what are you talking about again? Now, sometimes the person that it's happening to, they do remember, and they're like, oh yeah. But then sometimes their mind just won't allow them to remember. It just won't. So there are times when people ask a person, why did you stay with that abusive person? And there are always going to be reasons why. The first thing you should always think about is, why aren't you mad at the person that is being abusive? Why are you mad at, like, why did you stay with them? It's like, why did he hit her? Why did she hit him? Those should be the questions. But instead, we always say, well, why did you stay? It's kind of like, and it's a different topic. I'm not trying to really get into that. Kind of like if you ever see a mother and a child together, and the child has an alcohol problem or a drinking problem or a drug problem. Alcohol and drinking, the same thing. And you constantly see that mother fighting for that child because they love them. Once you involve love, or a person's idea of love, everything changes. Everything changes. If you look at stuff from a business perspective, then it doesn't. But how often do we look at love and our partner as business? Not often. And so, okay. Anyway, so guys, that's all I have to say about sometimes we forget. If you know anybody that is going through this, just show them the videos. I do appreciate y'all watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And again, thanks for watching my videos. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe. Thanks again, guys. Thanks. And I'm out.